to the TokyoBill Weekly Update, news on Japan of interest to me, TokyoBill. In this week's news, Japan makes the list for world's best coffee shops. Japan's self-defense force welcomes its newest submarine. People remember the 15th anniversary of the Great Hanshin earthquake, and more. Sports fans in Japan are facing some discouragement with the World Baseball Classic broadcasts, as the WBC tournament is exclusively viewable on Netflix. In response to this restriction, many are participating in public viewing events, such as one organized by beverage company Itoen in Tokyo, which drew around 100 fans to watch Japan's opener against Chinese Taipei on a large screen, with Netflix permission. This exclusivity creates difficulties for smaller establishments, like baseball bar Be Crazy in Nara, whose owner, Satoru Asakawa, received a warning letter from the self-described WBC police against broadcasting the games. Concerned about potential blowback, he chose not to show the matches. This exclusivity is sure to upset fans, long used to seeing the games on traditional TV. Bad Bunny made his debut in Asia in Japan on Saturday, performing at Tokyo's Tipstar Dome Chiba for approximately 2,300 of his top Spotify fans. This performance followed his headlining act at Super Bowl 60. He showcased 17 major hits on a stage adorned with a sakura theme and premiering a salsa version of his song Mia, along with collaborations from Puerto Rican bands Los Planeros de la Cresta and Los Sobrinos. Notable attendees included Blackpink's Lisa and contemporary artist Takashi Murakami. Bad Bunny has recently set numerous records, achieving 29 simultaneous titles on the Hot Latin Songs chart and recording the fourth largest halftime show viewership at the Super Bowl with 128.2 million viewers. Tokyo is recognized for its exceptional, authentic Naples-style pizza, consistently ranking in the top tiers of international listings. In the 50 Top Pizza Asia-Pacific 2026, announced on March 9th, Tokyo secured 7 placements, led by Risto Pizza by Napoli Stacca at number 1, breaking the Pizza Bar on 38's 3-year winning streak, which is now in the number 2 spot. Other notable Tokyo pizzerias include La Tripleta at number 17, Pizza Strada at number 21, L'Insieme, number 23, and Massimo Tavio at 32, with Pizza Marumo debuting at number 35. The top 15 from this list will qualify for the 100 Best Pizzerias in the World announcement scheduled for September 15th in Naples. Included in this list is 8th ranked Pizzeria Beccheria Cesari in Nagoya City. Publisher Kadokawa has announced the establishment of a new animation production hub in Tokyo named Studio One Base in the Sunshine City complex in Ikebukuro, set to open in autumn this year. This central production site will unify 6 of its affiliated animation companies, enhancing collaboration and productivity while supporting young talent development. Executive Officer Tsuyoshi Kikuchi emphasized the initiative's goal of revitalizing anime production environments and fostering pride in the profession. This effort aligns with a broader strategy to elevate Ikebukuro's status within Japan's anime industry and to enhance its global IP creation capabilities. The announcement comes as Japan's animation market grows, reaching 3.84 trillion yen in 2024, amidst governmental support for the content industry's expansion, with an aim to increase content exports to 20 trillion yen by 2033. In summer last year, Kadokawa launched a writing contest to discover new English-language light novel talent, awarding the grand prize to an author with the online name Fretiko. Simultaneously, the World Manga Contest sought to debut aspiring manga artists in Japan, reflecting Kadokawa's global expansion strategy. Editor-in-Chief Satoshi Arima explained that while the number of light novel authors in Japan is increasing, readership is declining. He argued the need for fresh content to capture interest in the market and suggested that publishing international authors could revitalize the industry and attract new readers. Additionally, he noted that popular overseas authors could help Kadokawa expand its business in their home countries. This would seem to align with Kadokawa's efforts to expand internationally. Japanese alpine skier Momoko Muraoka achieved a significant milestone by winning a silver medal in the women's Super G sitting event at the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Paralympics, marking Japan's first medal at these games. This accomplishment brings her total Paralympic medal count to 10, equaling the record for the most medals by a Japanese athlete. Muraoka, who won gold in the same event at the Beijing 2022 Paralympics, faced a challenging road to recovery after breaking her collarbone last November, with her return to training only occurring in mid-February. In her first competitive race post-injury, she successfully navigated a difficult course, expressing her initial nervousness about the race and her relief in finishing. She acknowledged that she is not yet in peak form, but is determined to improve in future competitions. Let's take a short pause. In case you're wondering, I started the TokyoBill to write about the local craft beer scene, and then included news articles on Japan that I personally found interesting, not just the big stories carried by the mainstream media. If you like what you're hearing but want further information, please visit theTokyoBill.com for links to the original articles. Thanks. And now back to this week's news. At the 6th World Baseball Classic, Japan's national team, Samurai Japan, introduced their original tea whisk celebration gesture, drawing attention to its roots in traditional Japanese tea ceremony practice. The gesture, inspired by tea culture, was conceived by pitcher Koki Kitayama after prompted by Shohei Ohtani for a new symbolic way to celebrate. Kitayama's final version mimics a bamboo whisk frothing matcha, symbolizing teamwork and cultural respect. The Urasenkei Tea School noted increased inquiries about the gesture, highlighting the historical journey of tea in Japan from the Heian to the Muromachi periods, and the core principles of the tea ceremony that emphasize mindfulness and consideration for others. Such values are definitely of the spirit Samurai Japan aims to embody as they compete in the tournament. The Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, JMSDF, has welcomed a new Taigei-class diesel-electric attack submarine, named JS Chogei. This new submarine is the 5th of 10 planned submarines of the class commissioned by the JMSDF. Crewed by 70 sailors, the Taigei class includes accommodations for up to 6 female crew members and features improved detection capabilities and reduced detectability. The submarine is powered by a diesel-electric system that generates 6,000 horsepower and can reach speeds of 20 knots underwater. A high-performance sonar suite and lithium-ion batteries enhance the Taigei class's performance. In the Taigei design, traditional periscopes are replaced by non-penetrating optronic masts which contribute to hull integrity and quietness. The so-called ninjas of the sea allow Japan to boost its naval capabilities amid increasing maritime tensions with China. Japan is set to deploy its first domestically developed long-range missiles later this month, with their launch equipment arriving in southwestern prefecture Kumamoto on Monday. The Type 12 missiles, which can reach mainland China, have a range of approximately 1,000 kilometers, a significant upgrade from the previous 200-kilometer model. The deployment has faced local protests due to perceived lack of transparency, bypass of prefectural involvement, and concerns over escalating tensions. Japan is increasing its military capabilities in response to regional threats, particularly from China, and plans to revise its defense policies to enhance military strength, including an expansion of arms exports. Further missile deployments are scheduled for Camp Fuji, nearby Tokyo, later this year, and on Japan's westernmost island Yonaguni by 2031, amid rising tensions surrounding Taiwan. On Wednesday, Japan commemorated the 15th anniversary of the devastating earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear disaster that occurred on March 11, 2011, which resulted in over 22,000 deaths and significant displacement of nearly 500,000 people. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi emphasized the need for recovery and pledged to advance the rehabilitation of the affected regions within 5 years, while advocating for increased reliance on nuclear power following a policy reversal from a decade-long phase-out. Despite some progress in infrastructure reconstruction, many communities are still struggling to recover. In Fukushima, ongoing issues persist with the nuclear facility, where the removal of melted fuel debris is delayed until 2037 or later, amid concerns about lingering radiation. Attempts to remove radioactive soil as part of the decontamination efforts have also faced public resistance. The rising cost of crude oil is now putting pressure on Japan, as gasoline prices have increased for the fourth consecutive week, averaging 162 yen per liter, or US $3.83 per gallon. This marks the first time in 3 months that prices exceed 160 yen. The increase is attributed to rising crude futures and is expected to continue next week. In response, the government is planning support measures for citizens facing higher gasoline and utility costs, with Chief Cabinet Secretary Minoru Kihara indicating that a package will be announced soon. He pointed out the government will continue to monitor the Middle East's impact on the economy and that the cabinet is exploring options to diversify crude oil supplies. Japan Airlines policy towards footwear changed in November 2025, allowing around 14,000 employees to wear sneakers, marking a significant shift in workplace comfort and diversity. Ground staff and flight attendants alike suffered the burdens of wearing heels for years. Historically, JAL required female flight attendants to wear pumps since 1953, but in 2020, regulations were updated to ease heel height restrictions. Despite initial resistance to sneakers, the popularity of comfortable footwear grew, partly influenced by the #Ku2 movement, Ku referring to either shoes or pain. JAL's new sneaker policy promotes flexibility and aims to enhance employee well-being and customer service. To maintain a professional look, only plain black sneakers are allowed. Mobile payments giant PayPay made a significant debut on Nasdaq, with shares opening 19% above the offer price, valuing the company at $12.7 billion. The SoftBank-backed firm's stock opened at $19, raising approximately $880 million despite global market volatility due to Middle Eastern conflicts. Experts view this successful IPO as a positive indicator for the struggling U.S. IPO market. Established in 2018 by SoftBank and Yahoo Japan, PayPay aims to transform into a financial services platform post-IPO after gaining substantial market share in Japan's digital payments sector, boasting 72 million registered users by the end of 2025. The company is expanding its offerings beyond cashless payments into various financial services, including banking and insurance, and has partnered with Visa to enter the U.S. market. A new matchmaking initiative will take place in Tokyo this spring, offering dating events for individuals who share the same surname. These events aim to help couples concerned about current law requiring married Japanese partners to adopt a common surname. Such law requires one partner, often the wife, to legally give up her surname. The first event series will feature more common names like Suzuki, Tanaka, Sato, and Ito, with 4 parties planned from March 27th to April 1st. Each event will allow participants to interact in small groups with food and drinks themed around their surnames. Reservations are already open, and there are plans to expand the project based on interest. A survey indicated that many younger people resist changing surnames after marriage. The organizer of the event series, Asuniwa, aims to promote a supportive environment while advocating for more options regarding surname choice. And that brings us to the end of this week's news roundup. Once again, your visit to theTokyoBill.com would be greatly appreciated. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.